run between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, 56.
First play, first pass for Brady. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he goes out right around the 39.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The Lions had a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
Hey, 66.
They keep it with Smith on 1st down. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Well, this defense for the Packers, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
From just shy of midfield, Brady. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Javondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And the Packers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Rodgers going to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. Well, he's got some breathing room. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, But how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in?
Now a first down carry by Jones. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down. Down to the 25. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He finds Watson complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Packers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4, and it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. From the 30 on 2nd down, Brady. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
A first down carry for Smith. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Brady. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after that.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Brady to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. Now Brady. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They'll try and run for it with Smith. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They go back to the ground with Smith. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Rashawn Gary. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Throwing now is Brady. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 2nd and 2, Rodgers. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Completed out left to Doubs. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On play action, now Rodgers. This is caught, and it's a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. The extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
72. Hey, Alabama.
Here's Brady. And that one caught downfield by Boyd. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Brady. Escapes the sack, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out, because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Brady. 20. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 16. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Now Brady bounces forward on the jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Tyler Boyd, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Lions have cut it back within a score. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The offense coming back out here, plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw here taken in by Parker. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 21-10 game. After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Brady now on first down. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
An inside give to Jones. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Second and goal from inside the 5. They'll try again with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Throwing is Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Doubs as the first half is winding down. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. They begin with a run by Smith. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. On play action, Rodgers. He hits Dobbs on the crosser. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
On the out route, Dobbs brings it in. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 39. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on third.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Up the middle, Jones. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 66 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers, a 21-yard touchdown run. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. But CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. With that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has now allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on second and long. Brady. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
On third and long, it's Brady. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. And here's Ryan Wright now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Again, it's Jones. 101 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
On second down, it's Jones. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Touchdown! Romeo Doubs, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers have got it on cruise control. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Brady. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's fourth down. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Detroit. That'll be a 41-yard punt. On the return, and they will take over first and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
Now a look at the backup, Jordan Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
Right, 97.
On third down, here's Dillon. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position. Right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Brady. We're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
A give to Smith out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Devontae Wyatt there for the stop.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Working from the gun, it's Brady. It's caught on the right side, it's Smith. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
The offense on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. In the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And he returns this to the 22. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to give them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On third down, Love. Right side to Watson. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Call it a gain of a yard. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And taken right. Now a hit and a loose football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
I don't know why, but it's always agonizing to me to see a guy.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Brady now to throw. His throw incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. In motion comes the tight end left. Throwing is Brady on third down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
This is brought in at the 21. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
On second down, another run for Dillon. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
52 blasters. Ready?
They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. Fielded at the 20. A good return there. Call it 13 yards.
You don't see that too often, Charles. He punted that away and then hustled up to make the stop as well.
Yeah, because oftentimes they serve as their own safety after punting it. You want to be the last guy, but he decided to get involved in the action, didn't he? And what a spark that's got to provide for the rest of his team when they see their punter out there making a nice hit.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
50.
From the 36, Brady. That's caught one more time by Boyd. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Brady. Able to hook up with Williams here on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Brady to throw again. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. There he goes, right side. The 20. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.